what can you do for a friend ama for someone maybe acha tuseme friend, yeah, for a friend kabisa, umeona huyu hizo red flags amepewa kabisa, she or he doesn't deserve to be in that relationship, but hadi ukisema kwa zile za no, I know she will change, I know he will change, like unajipea hopes and kabisa. So is it true that these people will end up changing ama watabaki tu kukua hivyo? How can you help someone who is in such a situation? Is not in a position. I think so, guys. I want you to color your wallpaper yetu as you welcome the guest speaker of today with your favorite emoji. So nataka kuona ikiwa colorful as we invite Miss Maura. Is it Miss? Yes, Miss Maura. Yes. Guys, favorite emoji as we welcome Maura Kezi, who is our guest today. Feel so much welcome. Karibu sana. Yes, the platform is yours.
Thank you so much, Karen. As I can see, my name is Wanjiko Mwaura. Hello, everyone. I hope we are all on board. Let me just see by a show of emoji that we are all on board. Thank you, Kehochi. Thank you, Tito. Thank you, Michael. As we await the others to join us, I would like to start by saying that it's a privilege to be on this platform. I'm a member of YMCA. Thank you, Joy, for joining us. I am a member of YMCA Naivasha branch. That makes me a visitor at YMCA Thika branch. But I have been on the platform of mental health awareness, yeah, Thika for a long time, and it is such a fruitful group. And I commend the founder and even the stakeholders towards making the Y Mental Health Thika branch work. So I'd like to start. If my host can give me a flag up to tell me if I am ready to start my topic of the day, I'll start kindly.
Oh yes, you can start. The platform is yours, madam.
Okay, thank you very much. So today we are talking about mental health in romantic relationships. And it is a controversial that many people have taken it so lightly, but it is causing a lot of problems in our society, especially in the present times. And I want us to dive into a real talk. I don't want it to be like more of me talking, but a discussion between us, since I will say we might fall into the trap of it's not a trap, actually it's an experience of romantic relationships. And in this page we'll explore how love, communication, and emotional well-being connects. And not only that, but we will also see how mental health affects relationships, the challenges it brings, and healthy ways to navigate through the challenges of mental health and balancing it with relationships. So let's start by understanding what a healthy relationship is. I would love one of you to help me understand what they understand by healthy relationships from their own perspectives. Anybody who's on board, kindly share. What do you think healthy relationship means? Anybody on board to help us understand what a healthy relationship is, kindly?
Mi naona a healthy relationship ina entail mutual respect for one another, na kuna open communication between the two of you, na kuna ile mutual love na honesty. Hakuna ile kufichiana vitu hivyo, na kuna healthy boundaries pia.
Thank you very much, Michael. That is so true. When we talk about healthy relationship, this is a connection where both people feel emotionally safe, respected, and supported even during times of stress, struggle, or mental health challenges. I hope I am clear up to point. Kindly let us interact. Emojis will thank you so much, Kehati. Thank you, Michael. So this takes us back to why mental health matters in relationship. Because remember, mental health directly shapes how we think, how we feel, how we behave, and these three, feeling, thinking, and behaving, are the foundation of how we connect with others. Uh, I would like, if anybody is taking note of this, I would like us to dive into key elements of a mentally healthy relationship. Are we all on board? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Tito. Thank you, Kehati. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. Sharon, I hope you said you're more of a listener. I would like to see if you're still on board as we continue. Thank you so much, Sharon. So let us dive into the key elements of a mentally healthy relationship. And we are going to talk of around five key elements, of which the first one is emotional safety in relationships. This is where you can express feelings without fear of judgment or dismissal. Remember, with mental health is a broad spectrum of everything that affects humanity. Here we can talk about things, let us base on relationships. Here we can talk about such things as trauma, maybe post trauma. We can talk about things like fear of burden. There are a lot of things that we can talk about when it comes to mental health in relationships. So, one of the key elements that we check when we say that a relationship is mentally healthy, we check at emotional safety. How how safe do you feel when expressing your feelings? Do you have the fear of judgment or dismissal? How does the person who you're expressing your feelings to respond towards your express? Another element is mutual support. This is a state where both partners are willing to stand by each other through hard times. And this is one of the catch that is catching, let me say, Gen Zs at the moment. Since kidogo, I'll use both Kiswahili and English for understanding. Mutual support is becoming a greater factor in the present times, as most of the time we find when we get into the difficult or hard times or situations, there is a lack of support from maybe the other partners who are willing to stand by each other. We also have likes of healthy communication. This is one that is open, honest, and one that needs boundaries and where feelings are discussed. We in When we talk about a healthy relationship, we cannot have one without clear communication, honest communication. Remember, things like secrecy, they bring a lot of hindrance to healthy relationships. And for example, let's dive into a situation maybe where I'm a partner to someone and I have stresses or stressors around me, and I am unable to share it out. If I keep it as a secret, it is going to affect how our relationship is going to work. We also have balanced responsibilities. This is a state where one takes care of their own well being while supporting each other. Balanced responsibility is really bringing an issue in the present times in relationships where maybe there are some people who feel like they need more support. And remember, you cannot give support if you yourself you have not balanced your own self, you've not taken care of your own well-being, you cannot fill with an empty cup yourself. And you also have the absence of stigma. So these are just some key elements of a mentally healthy relationship. To put them on short list, we have emotional safety, mutual support, healthy communication, balanced responsibility, and absence of stigma. Let's start by it can cause reduced emotional availability. Let's take, for instance, a person with depression. This person tends to be distant or maybe may end up withdrawing. Um, we know most people with depression don't want to speak a lot. People with depression don't want to interact. Let's say they are in an isolated state. This makes them avoid deep conversations. And remember, for a healthy relationship, we need to have conversations. We need to have communications. We need to understand each other verbally. And if you're avoiding deep conversations, let's keep it in a real life situation. You might try texting this person. How are you doing? And maybe the person had a long day, and instead of them saying I'm feeling overwhelmed, they say I'm fine. But remember, this fine is not fine because the person had a long day. This this might bring in some factors uh, where I am not there for you emotionally. I am not available emotionally. And it's not because I want to be absent, but because I'm not understanding uh, you from the point of where you are right now. It can also still in communication, it brings about misinterpretation of messages mostly. I will go this way with people with anxiety disorders. You text a person with anxiety disorders, and let's keep it like what I don't know how to put it, but this is the case. Most people with anxiety, they tend to take things negatively mostly, even in the most neutral words, like words really matter to them. So if 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 you text a person or you are communicating with a person with anxiety, you have to be very filtered on the words and the tone that you're going to use so that they may not take it negatively. There's just a lot with communication and mental health. We also have still in communication, we still have people who will go into complete withdrawal. These are people who will show shame or low energy. Imagine you're talking to your partner and you come hyping them up, and when they're giving you the response, they're not responding with the same energy that you gave them. You gave. You're expecting the same energy from them in their response, but they are very low. This can bring a hinder in communication. So when we're dealing with people or we're dealing with mental health in relationships, communication is, I think I'd say it is largely affected, very much affected by this factor. Because how do you talk to a person and this person is withdrawing, this person is misinterpreting, this person feels like you're emotionally unavailable. So remember, mental health challenges affect how we hear, process, and respond to each other. And that is why we have such platforms to create awareness and to how we are supposed to talk to these people so that when they respond to how they hear and process everything, they get we get to be aware of how we are supposed to pass the messages, how we're supposed to communicate to such people. Such. Another area that is affected is on trust. If one struggles with likes of overthinking, self-doubt, insecurity, it might be difficult to build trust with the lack. Uh, it might be difficult to build trust with such people because remember, let's give an instance of people with depression. These people are unable to accept reality as it is at a per se, and it is so hard for them to share what they are going through with others because they feel they have the fear of being judged or some of the sort. So you're trying to build trust with this person, and this person is very resistive. It becomes an issue, and obviously, we cannot build relationships without trust. That is one thing that I think for those who have experienced relationships can justify. Another area that is affected is managing emotions. Things like past trauma, people who have had past traumas, maybe with different relationships, people who have anxiety. Um, this makes minor disagreements feel like personal attacks. Here we also have things like mood swings. With these ones, uh, one may feel confused or unsure how to respond. Let us give an instance of bipolar. People who have bipolar, you can be talking to them this minute and you're laughing, and you crack another joke and it becomes so serious and they change. They are they change physically, they change emotionally. It becomes so hard to build a relationship with such a person since you are always unsure of how to deal with such people. And as I have said earlier, this awareness is very much of essence. If you have come across people with mental health challenges, it is kind of hard to deal with them, not until you have the knowledge of, oh, this person is mentally challenged, and there's a way they want to be handled. There's a way their things go. They have a protocol of how they conduct their things, and we have to abide at how they do their things. Now let's take a look on something like just before that. Let me engage some of you in a question. Uh, how have you experienced people who have had maybe one of their partners having a challenge with mental health and still have their relationships striving, still have their relationships growing, still have their relationships stronger? Does anyone have an experience of I I have been either you yourself personally, a personal experience, or an experience from a friend or a relative who have had people maybe with let me say people with a sort of anxiety disorders. Maybe one of their partners has a bipolar, and they're still striving. And what are some of the things that they have been able to do so that as to keep their relationships growing? Let me get it from one of the members. Have you had an experience of partners who maybe one of them has a mental health challenge and their relationships are still growing? Kindly, anyone with an experience of a relationship that has worked with one of the partners or even both of them having a mental health challenge. This can be the likes of anxiety disorders, um, sorts of bipolar, sort of depression, and they're still growing stronger and they're still able to keep on track and keep the relationships working. Anybody with an experience of that? Uh, this is so true, Tito. We actually have public figures that we have seen struggling, and when the relationship has ended, is when they notice, oh, maybe one of them had a mental issue. We have the likes of Saumu Mbuvi, who didn't know that she had bipolar until after her breakup, is when she noticed that she was hospitalized, thinking it was normal medical problems. Not until some tests were run, and she later learned that she had bipolar, and this is what was affecting their relationship back then. But since she was not aware of it, it led to the relationship coming to an end. So, with such experiences, let us look on healthy ways to manage mental challenges in relationships. What are some of the ways that we can use to make sure that at the end of the day we won't have reduced emotional availability, we won't have misinterpretation of messages, or misinterpretation in how we communicate, how we won't have things like complete withdrawals, how we won't have issues with trust issues, how we will be able to manage emotions in relationships, just to make sure that at the end of the day, we are having a fruitful relationship, we are having a relationship that is mentally healthy. One of the ways that you can do this is by communicating openly and honestly. This is a state where we share feelings, we share our struggles, we share our needs without the fear of judgment. It is so hard. I know it is very hard to openly communicate, but once trust is built, it is easier for one to share what they feel, what they are struggling with. Because remember, actually, most of these mental health issues, or mental health issues, things like depression, they just don't start as depression. Something comes up uh, little by little, and once the cloud is there, then we get issues like depression. So if we are able to share the feelings, the struggles, and the needs without fear of judgment, then it will be easier to fight such mental issues like depression, and this can help bring about mentally healthy relationships. Another way we can another way we can manage mental challenges in relationships is setting and respecting boundaries. Just as Michael had told us at the start, when we were saying about the definition of a mentally healthy relationship, we spoke about a connection where both people feel emotionally safe, respected in every relationship. For a relationship to strive, we need respect. And the respect comes mutually. You give me the respect I deserve, I give you the respect you deserve, and we're good to go. And you cannot do this without setting boundaries too. Here is where you need to understand that some people need space. When it comes to mental health and relationships, I know sometimes we say that isolation, distance, we talk about things like withdrawals. But at some point, we also need to understand, and this is the essence of setting boundaries, that it's not anytime that I need my personal space, or I need my self care space, it means that I am withdrawing. And it is not every time again that I am saying that I need safe space, or I need the self care space, but I am not withdrawing. You need to understand and balance. Since you've set the boundaries, you know huyu mtu akipita wiki mbili aliniambia nimpe space, ikipitisha wiki mbili huyo mtu sasa si space ya self care anatafuta, huyo ni withdraw na withdraw. And then we also have ways on which we can notice withdrawals. We have ways in which we can notice isolation. Set boundaries. At yes, we for the next like 2 weeks, I want us just to be, maybe you are doing calls and chattings. So this time you just be like, for the next 2 weeks, I just want us to be doing chattings. I'll let our communications be via text. Uh, Ikipita hapo sasa, you can take the initiative of asking and understanding or inquiring. Mbona, you said we set rules and we set boundaries that we can take space, self-care space for 2 weeks. That is exactly what is supposed to be there na umepitisha. So from there, at least you can be able to navigate between when we're having mental health issues and when we're still having a mentally healthy relationship. So setting and respecting boundaries is another way of managing a mentally healthy relationship. Another way is by practicing empathy and patience. Remember that mental health, people who are struggling with mental health issues, it is not by choice that they want to be there. Nobody chooses to have a mental issues as a mental issue. It comes as a pile-up of a lot of things happening, and with the current world, we all know that kuna vitu mingi zinaendelea. So whenever you are either interacting or actually personally uko na a mental health struggle, practice empathy and patience. It is by trusting the process that things will change. We cannot work things automatically. Practicing patience will really work when it comes to trying to get to be in a mentally healthy relationship. Because remember, actually, maybe this person is trying to heal. Healing is not always linear. There'll be times when you're healing and you get yourself back, you're on relapse. Sometimes you just need to be alone. Sometimes you just want to fight. So if you don't practice empathy and patience, it might trigger having a mentally healthy relationship. Another way we can do this is supporting, and this support comes with don't fix, don't change. Most of us get it wrongly. You want to support this person, but you also want to change this person. Remember, change is a very big factor. And this can lead to burnout. Well, do imagine someone changing you. Or let me give it for instance, your head is on top of your body, your legs ziko chini, and now you're trying to change, legs zikuje juu, kichwa ikuje chini. It is very hard, and it is the same way when you're trying to change someone or trying to bring up a person to like change so that you can merge. So kindly, when supporting, don't fix, don't change. We have alternatives of how we can help out people. We can uh, encourage them to seek professional help. We have the likes of therapists, we have the likes of counselors. Let them get these services from professionals. It will be easier because they have the tactics of how to bring back the person from the struggles. And still, patience is practiced on these things. You just can't go to therapist anakuambia nataka depression ishe. It won't happen. There's a format that they follow, there's a way that they follow things. And yeah, this I think this is a full support to people struggling with mental health issues. And once you offer support, these people feel uh, like they have people who care, and it will be easier to have a relationship going strong. Last but not least, we also have prioritization of self-care for both. Sorry, what do I mean when I say prioritization? Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. For you to help a person with mental health struggles, or for you to, if both of you, okay, maybe you don't know, from what we're learning, most of the people don't know they have mental health issues. so as to reduce or so as to eliminate such issues from rising up or getting worse. Let us maintain our own mental health. We have many ways of doing this. Take a break once in a while, take outdoor activities, engage with people, get to learn. There's a lot to learn that helps us in how we are going to become mentally. And it is going to help us very much. Once you yourself, you're mentally okay, you're mentally, your mental health is okay, it will be very easier for you. Or let us just put it in this way. Once you are aware, that's why we are having these discussions of mental health awareness. This is just to equip us with the skills and knowledge about mental health. There are signs that we learn, there are things that we are learning from such platforms. And once you have it, it will be easier for you to help another person or to learn that another person is struggling and you know how to cater for them. Are we still on? Let me get some emojis kindly. Thank you, Tito. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you. Hi. Thank you, Kehati. Thank you, Joy. So, actually, we are almost done with this. I would like to share some of these are things. Thank you, Jacinta. These are things that are affecting us in our day to day lives. We might, and that's why when I started, I said, uh, nobody talks. We just talk mostly of mental health in the broader spectrum of mental health in the communities and the society, and we forget that the connections really matter. And we have had real time experiences of people who, due to mental health struggles, they have it has also affected their relationships, and most of them, the relationships have come to an end. We have the likes of Eddie Kimani. I don't know how many of you know Eddie Kimani, but he's a public figure. He publicly separated from his family, citing his battle with depression as the main cause. After he divorced and whatnot, it's when he realized, no, it was not a battle between me and my family. It was a battle between me and myself, and the fact that I was struggling with depression. We have likes of Daddy Owen. He's a famous artist in Kenya who openly admitted to suffering from depression affecting his relationships. And for his case, it actually didn't just affect his smaller romantic relationship, but it also led to a struggle with the relationship between him and the community and his work. Actually, I'd say he quitted singing and all sorts just because of few things, mental mental health struggles like depressions. We have the recent one, the likes of Jackie Matubia. Um, this was more of a postpartum depression where we would cite it as lack of awareness. Actually, she said she didn't know, and actually not none of the person's a partner actually knew that it was depression hitting it so hard, and this had led to a strain in their relationship. And but due to lack of awareness, they were not able to navigate through it all and know how to manage it, and finally it led to a strain in their relationships too. So what is the takeaway that we're getting from all this? A healthy relationship isn't about avoiding challenges. We don't avoid these challenges. They're there for us to conquer. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to face them together with understanding, respect, and commitment. Those are the three things. Face the challenges, mental health challenges, with understanding, respect, and commitment. Because remember, at the end of it all, Healthy minds build healthy love. Take care of yourself and you'll have more to give. You cannot, and I want to put it, let us just grasp this. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you personally, you're not mentally healthy, you cannot make your partner or you cannot make your relationship to become mentally healthy. So let us make it a norm to be having such conversations on mental health, and it will help us come a long way. I'm almost done with my discussion today, and for those who will like it on a broader spectrum, you can read more on this from some books for the people who love reading books. We have a book. Since I know you're one of a person who loves reading books, so we have the likes of Hold Me Tight by Dr. Sue Johnson that discuss on 7 conversations for a lifetime of love. We also have a book by Bessel van der Kolk. It is called another one. It is called The Body Keeps the Score. There are a lot of books that you can read to help us navigate through mentally healthy relationships. Sorry, and I think that they're actually the basic books that one can read, and they will help you so much when it comes to mental health, relationships, such. How so? As we close today's conversation, I want to thank each of you, not just for showing up, but opening your mind to this topic. One thing to remember, whether in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship, whether you're healing, or whether you're preparing for the future, we know most of you are preparing for the future, Hapa. You deserve a love that respects. Thank you so much Kehoti. I think uko hapo kwa future. Tito ni kama ako kwa present sahi, so yeye ni kama tutamweka in a relationship, na kuna wenye bado tuna heal pia. So whether you're healing, you're preparing for the future, you're in a relationship like Tito, you deserve a love that respects your mind and protects your peace. Remember also, look for a partner who will help you breathe and not take away your breath. Don't look for people who will take away your breath. We want you alive. We want you here. We want to see you striving. We want to see families for the next generations to come. Akina Tito, thank you. So learn that also a love that lasts is a love that learns how to hold space for joy and struggles. Thank you again for being here. Keep loving, learning, and looking after your mind and heart. I think I am done for today. I'll take it back to my host, Kehoti. See you next time.
Thank you, Maura, but don't leave fast. Thank you so much. Man, I was telling people for group, you guys should come, you use wisdom here. Indeed, sawa basi. We are sorry. I want you guys to appreciate Maura. Najua ingekuwa ni wengine wetu hapa, we couldn't share what she has shared, probably. So let's appreciate her with a favorite emojis. Kina Tito wenye mko ready kwa hiyo wamesema, hey my lord. Kina wenye tunaangalia into the future. Yes, thank you. Continue coloring these needs na hizo my emojis. Thank you so much. So before we finish, please allow me to like receive 2 questions. Yeah, imetosha, asanteni. Wow. Hey, mnafanya nadhani ni zangu. Imetosha, asanteni. Maura, all these are yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone who has been listening. I pray, it is my prayer that you also get good relationships kama hiyo ya Tito. Tito anafaa to advise. Tito anafaa pewe speaker next time atuambie how he is navigating through all this. Cause siku rahisi, hata weke hoti unajua siku rahisi sahi.
I support you. Jacinta, take note of that. TikTok, please motivate us. Hey, show us your way, sir. Anyway, so before we finish, please, guys, if you have, we'll just receive two questions that Miss Maura can help us answer. Then to wind up all this, what can you do for a friend ama for someone maybe you know, acha tuseme friend, yeah, for a friend kabisa, umeona huyu hizo red flags amepewa kabisa, she or he doesn't deserve to be in that relationship, but hadi ukisema kwa zile za no, I know she will change, I know he will change, like unajipea hopes and kabisa. So is it true that these people will end up changing ama watabaki tu kukua hivyo? How can you help someone who is in such a situation? Yes, I think hakuna question nyingine, sitaki kufungia mtu. Okay, because of time, I'll give it to Maura to help us with the questions. Yes, back to you, Maura.
Thank you very much for those with the questions. I have 4 questions to answer. So the first question is about pointing fingers or blame games, I'd say. Blame games come due to lack of proper communication. Remember, we said to have a mentally healthy relationship, we need to communicate openly and honestly. If you are honest about your facts and I am honest about my facts, my activities and my dealings, then it will be so easy to navigate through who is supposed to do this. You become accountable of your own actions. With accountability, it is so hard to play a blame game because at the end of the day, sisi wote tumeandikiana na tumesema wewe unafaa kufanya hivi. Hiyo ni communication, tumecommunicate openly, tumesema wewe utakuwa ukifanya hivi, mimi nitakuwa nikifanya hivi. Blame games hazitakuwa na opportunity, hazitakuwa na space, hazitakuwa anywhere to be found. At the end of the day, we have communicated openly and honestly that this is what you're supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to do, I am accountable for my actions, you're accountable for your actions. I hope that question is well answered. If it is not, kindly hit my DM. I will help you more on that. Thank you so much. Nimeona mwenye muuliza swali ni kama appreciate. Thank you. The second one is on different beliefs. I'd say it is not an issue. Wahindi na Wakristo wanawana, Waislamu and such. This is still on communication. Come openly. Yes, we have decided to be in a relationship. I want us to discuss on how we are going to be navigating things. Sisi wote tutabaki wa Kristo ama sisi wote tunaenda kwa Islamu ama kila mtu anakaa kwao. If you're having differences can only be solved by communication, negotiation. Let us have a win-to-win situation. At the end of the day, let that person not feel like umemwandamine ama umemfanya afeel low. Have a communication where at the end of the day you will share what is needed, you will share what is supposed to be done, you will share on your boundaries, and also this is where we are talking about setting and respecting boundaries. I have my boundaries since I am from a different I belief. You have your boundaries which is from a different belief. So this is where I'm telling you it is good to be aware of ways to manage such issues. So on that question on different beliefs, kindly focus on communication, focus on setting boundaries and respecting the boundaries that you set, and also practicing patience. Remember, with different beliefs tuko na different ideologies. With different ideologies tunaweza shikwa na temper, tushindwe navigate through all this. So patience will also work for this. And also, I think wewe nakupea 2 points zote. Support for each other without trying to change those people. When support, akisema kesho tunaenda mosque, whoever comes muende mosque kesho, hata kama wewe ni Mkristo, that is support. Don't try changing them, umwambie hapana such. kindly. It will really help you. And also, still prioritize self care for both of you. At the end of the day, if it is a Christian and a Muslim, Muslims go for their services on Friday, you're going for yours on Sunday. Ikifika Friday weenda Friday, ikifika Sunday acha aende Sunday, if that's the thing. Sharon, I can see it's like, oh, you're wondering. That is how things are working. I don't know why you're wondering. Maybe you can share with us what is not happening. But the thing is, openly communicate and honestly set and respect your boundaries, practice patience, support those people in the lenient manner that is needed. On Kehoti's question, I hope mwenye aliuliza hiyo swali nimemjibu vizuri. Kindly help me know kama nimekujibu vizuri kindly. The one who asked on different beliefs. I believe I think it is Khalid who asked that question.
It was
On
Mark.
healing. It was Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark, I hope I've answered you. Oh, thank you, thank you very much. On healing, healing is a process and it does not come linear. So when you ask the period, I wouldn't say it will take you 3 months or 10 months. It will depend. Healing is a process and it is very different for everybody. So I'd say trust the process of healing. It is not that easy. Sometimes you'll relapse, as we said, sometimes you'll fall back, but it doesn't hinder you. Healing time does not hinder you from getting into another relationship, as long as you find a partner who's fit to help you and support you within the healing process. Then you're good to go. You can get into a relationship as you continue healing. On change, I hope Kehoti, that was the first question. I hope it is clear. Thank you. On your second question about change, change is a personal choice. If one wants to change, they will change for the better. If they're not ready to change, then we cannot force them to change. And that's why when we come to mental health issues, we say support, but do not try to fix them. It is very hard to fix someone. It is very hard. It is very hard to fix. To sorry, I was reading Sharon's maybe. It is very hard to change someone. So with change, that is a personal choice. Acha akisikia ata change, acha ata change. Akisikia hafeel kuchange, then we move to a better option. There's also there's more to explore, I believe. So when they don't want to fit into your cocoon, yeah, yeah, I know it is very funny, but that's true. I hope that is also answered. I thank you. On Sharon is saying, uh, twende msikiti, na twende kanisa. It does not make sense. This is what I mean. With support, you'll have to make a lot of sacrifices, Sharon. Support comes in a lot of ways. Remember, let me give it in an instance of politicians. Politicians go to each and every church. Kesho tutawapata kwa wahindi. Someone is trying. Yes, thank you, Jacinta. There's a person who asked a question on Blame Game. Jacinta has a more good version on the chat box side. You can kindly check on it. So back to Sharon. Sharon, support comes with a lot of sacrifices. You can just sacrifice. Huyu mtu aone you're not absent. I'd say it is for emotional presence. It will be good. Unaweza enda kanisa na mosque at the same time, by the way. I think so. It's not that you'll have to change because wewe si Sunday bado utaenda church kama wewe ni Mkristo. You just support them. Go with them to their mosque and see what they do. It is just okay. I'd say it is more of an exploring actually. So Sharon, I hope that is sorted out. Thank you so much. So I appreciate all of you for your questions, and I think Manager Tito, Jacinta for this platform. It is such a great platform, and I think tunafaa tufanye, what do we call it, an exchange program, YMCA Naivasha and YMCA Thika. Let's think about it kindly. Let's just think about it. Back to you, Kehoti.
Before niseme kitu, I'll support what you just said. Yes. Jacinta and Tito, not that. Anyway, thank you so much for the questions and even for everything that you've shared today about our topic. I really hope kila mtu amelearn. Hata kama hujalearn kila kitu, at least you've grasped something that will help you, even if it's not today. Vile tu amesema, watu kaa Cyprian wako under 18, nilikuwa na advice wakuje ndo wajifunze hii mambo mapema. I'm kidding, hayuko 18, but at least apate experience. So thank you so much everyone for joining. We really don't take this for granted. Sparing your time to learn such things with how our generation is, si kawaida. So thank you so much. God bless you.